say to right here. Where my Pisces at? Happy birthday to you, baby. Yeah. You ready, Shania? Hey, Mo, and let the papa do the work. Kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it. To another episode of the Mignon Show. I am your host, Mignon, and tonight, guys, my co-host, Roz, she is out tonight due to a family emergency, but we will continue to pray for Roz and her family, and she will definitely be back here next week. So, thank you guys for joining. If you're watching by YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. And if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, please share, start a watch party, but do something because we have a phenomenal guest that's here in the studio. She is sitting right here. It is no other than Miss Lonnie Grant.
Yes, I'm excited.
Welcome.
Welcome. I'm glad. I'm loving all the moment of it because it's like I was about to reach out and then you end up reaching out and I was like, this was perfect time.
You know, God is always good. I'm a firm believer that when God wants us to do something, he's already going to have the conversation with us and then somebody else is going to come and confirm that thing.
That's it. And
That's
it was confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was a smooth.
Smooth sailing.
That's it.
Smooth sailing.
No
sailing.
Don't have to be. And I'm here.
You are here. And guys, you know, I just cannot begin to tell you how phenomenal she is, but we are going to get into that. First, we're going to do our girl chat. And usually that's just a little chat that me and you do with what we had going on the weekend. So, you know, we just coming off this another amazing Thanksgiving. And so I just want to know, what did you do?
So I did. Well, I'm going to get into the black party. I went to an all-black party, you guys. Next Level Entertainment, who hosted it. Mm-hmm. It was phenomenal, as usual, every year.
That's the yearly thing.
Yeah. It's
then at the Renaissance, right?
At the Renaissance. Mm-hmm. It went down and see, you know, a lot of people in the city just come out and just be grown and sexy and have fun. You know, so it was big.
And y'all had my girl there.
Oh yeah, Shantae
Moore. I love her.
Moore, she was amazing. Vibe Band was there. Secret Society.
Oh yeah.
So all the grown and sexy.
Yes.
Bands that we have here now in the city. So it was great. Lots of people. They just showed up and showed out and just. It was great.
In DC fashion.
DC fashion, Chocolate City, baby. So it was good. Thanksgiving was good. One of the things that I wanted to hit on, you know, talking about this girl talk, is how so many people identify homeless as somebody without a family. And a lot of people are not homeless, but still don't have a family to attend dinner with. And I was having this conversation with one of my friends, and I said, you know, you ever notice now there's an increase of when you go out on Thanksgiving, or if you have to go to the grocery store really quickly, that you're noticing more and more people eating out or going on vacation. However, like in my family, the matriarch was my grandmother, who kept things going. So when she passed away 6 years ago, there was nobody to keep the glue going. The family just kind of went their own way, so everybody doing their own thing, so that leaves people with no place to go. So how many of those families are out there where people are feeling alone? You may not be displaced or homeless, but you have no family.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you did hit on that, because me and my sister was talking about that, because we lost our matriarch last year, my grandmother, and it's like these last few years, like when my grandmother started to deteriorate, a lot of the family members started doing their own thing, and then me and my sister was like, well, when grandma gone, who is going to get the torch? Somebody got to get the torch. Somebody got to accept the baton. Somebody got to do something. And so my sister has stepped up and said, well, you know what? I'll take that on. And so this year was actually the third year of her doing it at her home. And, you know, sometimes it get discouraging, because, you know, you want to do what our grandparents did, but everybody don't feel it. Everybody not there. It's like more and more we're coming from a generation of people who is so quick to put their families down. You know, like my family ain't this and my family did this. But it's time for reconciliation.
Absolutely.
Because we have to be able to carry the baton so we can be able to make, you know, continue to create those legacies, because in a minute we're going to be off the scene. And if we don't take that to heart so we can bring our families back together, then who's going to do it?
And it just keeps separating every year, separation. And that's what the devil wants.
That's what he wants.
Because it didn't matter that you didn't like each other back then. You knew we were coming to grandma's house. Period. You didn't ask grandma who was going to be there, who wasn't going. It didn't matter. Grandma wanted to see everybody. It didn't matter who got along or who didn't. You knew you could not show up. You just couldn't. So I just think about so many people who are left alone. And it's like everybody do worry about, oh, I got to go out and serve the homeless. I got to do this. And it's like, dang, how many people are sitting depressed in their homes with no place to go?
And that's why it's so important that people got to understand that when you do those great works of going out and feed the homeless and everything, but you got to understand that your first ministry have to be home. You have to get your home together first. And so, like, next year, I'll say to those people who have family members who they haven't talked to, or that you may have some issues with, it's time for real healing of the Black family.
Absolutely.
And to be able to come together. So, you know, we can have those Thanksgiving dinners back at grandma's house the way it used to be, without all the dysfunction. You know, we didn't did that. We know what that looks like. We know what that looks like. Let's change it up and not be so quick to give up on family. You know, because a lot of times we're quick to give up on family, and believe me, I understand it. If somebody is mistreating you, I don't care who it is. It could be your mama. And if you have to move away from her to get that peace, that solace, then do that. But also that means that there's work to be done in that separation. You just not going around.
Yeah.
You know, it's work to be done.
It is, and you can't abandon it.
Right.
It's still, you know, because just because you felt like you abandoned that ship, guess what? There's a generation that's coming after.
That's watching. They're watching.
It keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we got to be careful about that. With that generational curse of abandonment.
Mm-hmm.
No reconciliation.
No reconciliation. And it's time.
It's
time.
Know, especially what we're seeing now.
Mm-hmm.
Just going on in our nation, just worldwide. It's not even just the D.C., Maryland, Virginia, all the missing, you know, our babies. Just a lot going on.
It is a lot going on.
It's a lot.
We have and it's time for us to come back together as a community, because now it's just not your child that's out there. That now has become my child, because now I'm looking out for kids on the street and at bus stops and looking to see what's going on and everything. And,
being
you know,
alert,
we got to
aware.
come back. We got to come back to a community of people to put our phone away from stop video recording and start helping.
That's it.
It's time to really help.
It is. And be able to take the help.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I hear a lot of people say, well, we got to do this for our kids and we got to do that. But guess what? When somebody approach you on your child, when it hits your house, now it is, I don't want nobody to say nothing to my child.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hold on, the help is here.
Mm-hmm.
They seen something, so they reacted. Now it is, I don't want you to say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hold on. The village applies to everything in the village, not when you want it to apply. If you see something, don't you want somebody to say something?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it only apply to certain things.
So how do you think we break that stereotype? How do we get back to where, when I was growing up, where to be a child and the respect for other adults, the respect for the adults in your community? Like, how do we get that back? How do we get those parents that understand? Because a lot of times those parents that come from that place to be so defensive, they come from a place of children that has been molested, children that has been raped, and all these other hurts that they're still bringing to the table. So how do we get everyone together to feel comfortable enough that when your child is out of place, for your child to receive discipline?
I think the biggest thing is healing.
Mm-hmm.
We know that, but the thing is, what does healing look like for each individual?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know people are very quick to say, you know, therapy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we also know that therapists can only take people to a certain level with their practice.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people need deep stuff. It's a lot of deep wounds. What other, you know, treatment can they get that maybe they don't have the insurance for or money for a life coach? Like, I know what life coaching did for me, you know, but what if somebody don't have that to really get them there to where they need? So in one breath I hear, go to therapy, go to therapy, go. But if you only allotted that hour and they take you to a certain point and then you leave, where those emotions go? Where do they go? Who's there to kind of help you with those tools? So that's always my concern, that people are not getting the healing that they really need to get them to where they need to go, so that now you're not frightened by people who want to discipline your child. Now you can see them in a different light. Now you can bring back the village and not feel like, well, I'm parenting out of fear. Because there's a lot of parenting out of fear now. That's what's happening. Because you know what happened to you, but we also know that the village helped us too. It got us out of some stuff. So some of us is forgetting what the village did for us, and now we just, you know, got bougie now, and like, oh, don't say nothing. I'm like, hold on, but then if something go wrong with your child, you're asking why the people around didn't help.
Right. Because there's always a question when we're going through something. People are always like, well, where is the help? Where is the help? How do I get the help? And then then you'll provide them with a resource, and then you'll give them the help. But then what makes them take that next step? And which they have to understand that when it comes to therapy, when it comes to a life coach, you have to be a willing participant. You have to want the healing.
Yes.
You have to want to understand that something is wrong with you.
That's it.
You have to be teachable.
You have to be.
You have to be teachable. So it's a lot of things that you yourself have to open up to become so you can get the help that you need.
That's it.
And guys, I'm telling you, this right here is so hitting home for me because it is so needed in the families. We have to be able to get our families back. Like you said, within the news, with so much is going on, so many kids are being snatched and missing, and the human trafficking, the sex trafficking, and everything. Yeah, nobody is safe and nowhere.
Nobody at this point can be judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say, well, I'm this type of mom, because I've heard, conversations where people say, well, I'm this type of parent. I don't play. Mm-hmm. They're hitting everybody. Mm-hmm. It's not a certain type of. Remember, you're one influence. Mm-hmm. They got thousands in their inbox.
Yes.
They got thousands at school.
Yes.
So you're not any different. You need to be praying just as hard as the next person. You don't get to judge.
Absolutely.
You don't get to.
And stop pointing fingers at one another, right?
You can't. You just not, no one is, at this point, is better than the next. Mm-hmm. But just even to hit on what you were saying about you have to be a willing participant in the work, I find that to be my greatest challenge when I do what I do as far as teaching. Mm-hmm. I tell my young people and parents, there's no app for work ethic. You can't download it. Mm-hmm. You can go find it. It's not going to come up, you guys. You have to do the work. Somebody can only give you as much. I can give you me, and I can give you what you're paying for. But at the end of the day, if you really want to be great, guess what? You're going to have to put in some work.
Absolutely. And so many people look back and they watch other people do their thing, right? And so they may have a talent, and we're going to use your business for an example. They may be a great dancer, right? But they look at you and they be like, oh no, she just is amazing, and I would never be like her. And then you listen to the mindset of that, right? And you say, but how did she get there?
That process.
How did she get there? It was a process. She studied. She did the work. She educated herself. She made sure she knew what to do to become an expert in her field. So what will stop you? And I've noticed that with a lot of our youth, they feel like that. They don't feel that they can compete.
Yeah. And you know what? Because they're looking at the adults.
And you know what? They listen, and then they looking at the fake world that we live in of social media, where everything looked like it just popped out the microwave and all ready to go.
No. Some people was working on this in the 90s.
But they're not getting that. They don't understand that because they see it on social media. They living in real time, right?
Yeah.
So they think that when they see this new person pop up and become this so-called Instagram famous and all that stuff, they like, well, they just became famous like that. No, but they was doing hard work behind the scenes.
And that's what people don't get. I tell people before you register for my program, are you willing to commit? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I'm good. But then when it start getting hard, because I'm not going to tell you that it's easy. Mm-hmm. It's going to be hard, just like anything in life.
That's worth having.
That's worth having. Mm-hmm. If you're bringing me all these videos from Instagram, from YouTube, and World of Dance, all this stuff on TV, and Miss Lonnie, I want you to see this. I'm like, I want to see you. Mm-hmm. What makes you different from the little girls that you're showing me videos? Mm-hmm. you're them too. The difference is work ethic.
Absolutely. And on that note, we're going to talk about that. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I'm going to let y'all know what this amazing woman, everything that she has going on, her program that she's running here in the D.C. area. So we'll be right back. You're watching the Mignon Show.
Let's roll with it, fellas. Hey, sure. Expose you for exactly what you are. Feeling a little wavy. So right now I don't mind pulling your car. Yeah. Come on, Coach. And it's hard you try to hide reality. Well, you know it's true. What you tell that bam? So I brand new if you want to. Let's work. Where would you be without me? Where would you be without me? So you know it up just a little. Doing just a little, little finger in the middle. Little, it will never be without me. Where would you be without me? So you know it up just a little. Doing just a little. Where my ladies at? Sing the na na na. Let's never be. Oh na, na na, 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 oh na, na oh na, oh na. Tell them that you make me move. Tell them what you really do. You really wanna play this game. Where you at, fellas? Look, then you should tell them what you really like. Tell them you ain't found that light. I put you on, I made you shine. Hey, shit blows my mind. Well, it's hard as we try to find reality. Why we know the truth. What you tell that nigga? So I can do if you want to. That's right. What would you be without me? What would you be without me? So what you blowing up just a little. That's right. Knowing you a little. Come on. Finger in the middle. 'Cause little nigga, you would never be without me. What would you be without me? So what you blowing up just a little. Been knowing you a little. Keep a finger in the middle. See the na na na. That's right. Oh na. Let's sing the na na na, LaRue. Oh na, Sherry, sing the na na. Come on. Oh na, oh na. Why me up, Sherry? Claudia, play it by yourself. Hold it right there. Yeah. Hey, Blunt, you think that shit funny? Hold my play pole. Yeah. Happy birthday, Lucy. Let's work. Hey, you think that shit funny? Come on. Hey. Well, it's harder than you try to hide reality. Wow, we know the truth. What you say, Mia? So I brand new if you want to.
Hello, guys, and welcome back. You are watching the Mignon Show. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. So I just want to stop and just read a little bit of Miss Lonnie's amazing bio. So Miss Lonnie is a certified acrobat arts instructor in Elixir Flexibility. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Okay. And is the creator of the Dynasty Institute training method. Miss Lonnie prioritized teaching the whole dancer from the inside out so that they will gain valuable life skills in addition to receiving the best acro dance training possible. motivation, and positive reinforcements are the foundation of Miss Lonnie's Dynasty Institute training method. And through her passion for acrobat dance, she is able to provide her students with the inner transformation that will last a lifetime. Wow.
Yes.
Welcome. That right there in that first paragraph says it all.
That's it.
It says it all. I'm telling you, if I had a young daughter right now in my life, she would definitely be in this program that you offer, because I know how passionate you are for just the children and how you are committed to their success.
Yeah, because I want to see them really excel. You know, my biggest thing is allowing kids, when they step into those arenas where they didn't think that they belong, that you'll be able to have the confidence and hold your head up and say, I belong here. You know, so many of our kids don't always get to see themselves on a big stage. You know, we dummy down their technique, we dummy down their talents and vision. Like they're only good to be in just the community. No. What if we get them out of the zip code? What if we allow them to put their talents on a platform of a Alvin Ailey or a Debbie Allen? You know, they can do that, but your expectation of them must be high. Yes, you know, everybody is not into high expectations, because I've run into that a lot with people where my program, they say it's too structured, and I'm like, I'm the village.
Wow.
When I grew up, even though my training wasn't like a formal dance studio training, I had the rec center. Most of us back in the day, our first experience with cheerleading, dance, soccer was right at the Boys and Girls Club, right at the recreation center. No, we didn't have the big time dance studio stuff, but we had people that cared.
Yes.
We had instructors that would show up at that Boys and Girls Club, that rec center, who would not allow you to be mediocre. It didn't matter your income. It didn't matter if you was raised in the projects. It didn't matter. Discipline was required for you to show up.
Wow.
So we got to continue that. We have to continue that, and I think it has gotten lost because so many people are into the people pleasing. And it's like, well, I want this mom to like me, and I want this. I don't care about that, because I'm interested in making sure that your child get the excellence that they deserve.
Absolutely. And I notice, you know, because I have grown children. Everybody be like, they don't see me with no little children. They never think I have children. But I do have children. They're 30 and 33, which is amazing. My youngest son, he had my newest grandson before Thanksgiving. Baby Kason is finally here, so I'm definitely excited about that. So I have 2 young men now that my boys are raising, and I am so excited about that because I think my sons are awesome role models and awesome men, and I just love how they love their children.
I love it.
I love it.
Parents who just love on their kids, give them what they need, you know, in spite of the mishaps from the past.
Absolutely.
Because we
absolutely. But I have noticed, I was going to say that I have noticed, like, probably about a good 10 or 15 years ago, where I started noticing how the behavior when it comes to extracurriculum activities for children, how like they would start giving them awards just for showing up, and everybody get an award. I was like, what are we doing to these children?
It's not life.
No, that's not real. Because you're not going to get rewarded for being mediocre or putting nothing.
You didn't put no work in. Yes. You didn't put no skin in the game, as the older people would say. You know, everybody is about feelings. I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Yes, and I definitely want you to talk about that because I know you get that.
Oh my goodness, everything is so emotional. And it's like, you guys, What are we setting our kids up for? Failure. And now you're noticing where kids are going to college and they're not being able to complete it. They wasn't ready for life. You're not going to be in their dorms with them. You're not going to go on their career with them. You're not at their job. So what are you doing to help with this process? Coddling them every 5 minutes, not allowing them to have real emotions. The moment they cry, why is my child crying? Oh, you hurt their feelings. That's a real emotion. Let them cry. Did we not cry coming up? Did we not get everything that we wanted? We didn't. We worked. We worked to get to the championship. The championship trophy wasn't just given to you. So why are we not making these kids work? Nothing is handed to you. You don't just go and pay for a high school diploma and show up at graduation without doing the 4 years in high school to receive that diploma. Come on now, what are we doing here?
Yes.
And then then we get mad, and then we're upset on Facebook and Instagram when we're seeing all these different behaviors out of our young people.
Entitlement. They are entitled.
You did it. Some of you guys, you are the culprit. You can blame society. You can say all of these things. But at the end of the day, you control your household. You don't have to buy the phone. You don't have to buy the next pair of Jordans. You don't have to buy these things. You choose to do these things. But then when it's something that has value, you don't have the money for. Which I don't understand. Everybody has this story. I'm a single mother. I can't afford to put my kids into extracurricular. I can't have the time. If you lay low off that relationship that ain't going nowhere, you'll have some time.
Oh yeah.
Come on, somebody.
Oh yeah. You know we're gonna go there with that.
You can have some time. If you stop trying to keep up with the Joneses and get every iPhone that come out, guess what? That makes more money that you can spend in valuable places for your child.
And you know what? That's one thing that has concerned me with these astronomical values of these phones. I know a guy last year when the iPhone 10 had just came out. He paid $1,100 for phones and accessories and all that for a 12-year-old.
And this is what they're doing.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't even see myself paying $1,100 for my phone. I don't know. I'm just traumatized by them prices and everything with the phone. But I'm just like, is the time that we live in where adults taking $1,100 to buy a phone for a child?
Absolutely.
For what?
For what?
But then, if you have a program, and everybody know how I'm out in the community, offering programs to be able to mentoring and helping them with the life skills that they need, and you can't even pay $30. No. And I just may save your child's life.
And that's what I'm saying. The
value is not there.
The value where I can say, let me give Mignon $30 or even sponsor a few kids because she's teaching about teen dating the healthy way so your daughter can be saved. Your son can be saved. Oh, I don't want to invest in that. Oh, why she charging for that? But we don't go to Apple. We'll stand in Apple line, right? We'll do that.
Bright and early. Even sometimes I had to spend a night and sleep in a chair.
Invest in these things that have no value.
No value.
It has no value, you guys. None. But I have many friends, like I have a close friend who runs a college program. It's easy for somebody to say, oh, that's too expensive.
Yes.
And it's like, hold on, I'm helping you coach through the process where you can get grant money, loans where you probably don't have to pay back. I'm helping you through this and how to keep your child in college, not just go. Because so many people, that's a difference. oh, my child got accepted. Okay, they accepted, but will they be able to stay? That's the thing. Do they have the life skills that they need to stay?
Absolutely, because that's when life shows up.
That's when life shows up.
You didn't coddle them for so long, and now if they go away to school, they are there for the first time as an adult. They have to deal with adult situations and make decisions on things that they don't even know how to make decisions because they haven't been taught the real world and how it works. And so that's why a lot of depression set in. The next thing you know, they get into recreational drugs. Next thing you know, they got them a little boyfriend or girlfriend. And then what you gonna do then?
And then all your money that you didn't co-sign for is down the drain. And then we get mad at the kids. They wasted my money. You know how many people out here say that? They wasted my money. No, it's did you properly prepare them? Let's say that. Did you properly prepare them? Because I've met dance moms and cheer moms. Oh, I spent all of this money and now they're not cheering anymore. And it's like, take the activity out of it. Take that part. What value did they gain? That's what, when you sign your kids up for activities, don't look at the activity itself. What did you get? Was it the discipline? Was it the structure? Did your child now learn how to be a team player? Those are things that carry them on to life. The luxury, they get to play the sport or participate, but the real deal is, what are they walking away with?
And that's what it is.
So don't ever feel like you wasted your money when kids say, Ma, I don't want to dance anymore. Ma, I don't want to cheer anymore. Still embrace it and say, well, okay, you don't want to do that no more. Let's talk about something you do want to do. And now you know to take those skills from the cheerleading, you was able to be on time. You learned to work with other people, so you got those values. Versus telling the kid, you wasted my money, so now the kid think that they were a waste.
Yes. And now they take on that.
They take on that. So now they say, I don't want to do nothing else. Because I don't want her to call me a waste. So we got to be very cautious of the seeds that we plant with the words. I hear so much of that in my, in my community, comparing other kids to each other. Well, look at this person and say, embrace your baby. That's why she's become a watcher versus a participant. Because you taught her how to watch.
Wow.
You taught her how to keep watching people. You see this person, see what they doing? They're so good. No wonder your child don't even want to go to class anymore. You'll blame the instructor, but the real culprit is you.
Right.
You're the culprit. And I see that so much, and it has to stop. We're breaking the kids down at home, and then we blame community. Oh, the teacher, the principal, the leaders in the community. You blame everybody else, but the real deal, you, because you're not healed. You're not healed. I keep telling people, when you don't heal, it deals with everything.
Yes.
It shows up everywhere. And that's what I see when people enroll into my program. This is one of my biggest things, because I don't do late. I'm big on time. One thing what my grandmother taught me growing up is value people's time.
Absolutely.
She took care of a lot of us who moms was on drugs and stuff, and she took us in. And because we had organizations like your organization who would give to my grandmother the toy drive, the coats, that's how we got out what we needed. So when somebody is giving you something, you got to show up. You can't be lazy. You can't be nasty. You can't just show up when you want, when you need. So she made us value people's time. So I don't allow people to bring their bad habits to my program.
Right.
I have a standard. So I'll have people that say, she petty. No, I'm not, Patty. I'm teaching your child life skills.
Absolutely, because you're not.
You not. I teach life, not dance. So I always tell people, I was like, well, I heard you teach dance and I want to enroll my child. No, I teach life. Are you ready for your child to be taught life? If you're not ready for your child to be taught life, I am not the program.
That's right.
I tell people that I'm not for you. I got to assign people for me. Maybe you're not on my assignment. Because my job, my assignment was that God gave me is teach his people life. That's it. So if you cannot follow policies and rules and making sure that you're going to respect me so we can teach your baby how to respect people in the world, my program ain't for you.
And that's huge, because they have to be ready. Like, it's your program, and you bring your child here, and not only your child but you too. It's a standard for you too.
It's a standard.
It ain't only a standard for your child, but it's a standard for you too.
It's a commitment.
You have to be on time. You have to be respectful for what I'm doing here.
Yeah. And I tell you,
a lot of parents don't get that.
They don't get especially the commitment. Some people come with all these different motives of why they put their kids in certain stuff.
Yeah.
I have people that come just to take pictures. Just to post on social media. Look at me, my child. Look at my child. She in dance. No, babe, put the phone away. Let's see if she's really about this work. Are you about this work? Are you about the commitment? You really not. You were looking to be a show off for maybe your family or your friends who or this was your dream.
There you go.
This was your dream. Maybe your family, somebody in your family always told you couldn't. So now you're going to live it through your child, and now look what my baby do. Look what they do, and they really ain't in it. They could care less. I see a lot of that too. Kids is down.
Parents living through their children.
And we got to stop that foolishness. You're not allowing their light to shine where it's supposed to shine at. And they're sad. Then you're dropping them off. Like, I'll have conversations with people, and they're like, well, she said she liked dance. I said, what made you get that from her? Well, she watched the TV show. She liked it. I said, well, no disrespect. That sounds like a fan. I don't know if she want to be a participant. I tell people this analogy.
She might just like watching.
Yeah. I like Dallas Cowboys, but I don't want to play.
Right.
Know the difference. Your child may be a fan of something. Don't confuse it.
Right.
Oh, I'm signing them up tomorrow. They dance around the house. Maybe that's just what they like to do. Their natural motion. But maybe they don't understand the work that goes into it. Because I've had people that come and then it's like, this is hard. Oh, because you was a fan. You were never supposed to be a participant. Maybe you like dance in a different capacity. So I get parents to look at it not only the movement, but maybe your child want to be a choreographer. Maybe your child like dance and say, I would want to one day host a competition. Maybe you like to put on events. There's so many things you can do in the dance community without forcing your daughter or your son to dance. You missing it. And I need people to wake up.
Wow, that's
and really
huge.
Understand.
That is really huge, because I don't think parents understand that not only is the child is in this, that they're in it too.
It's big. It's not a drop off. I tell people I'm not
the
daycare.
babysitter.
I'm not the babysitter. I am a specialist. I am an instructor who takes what I do very serious. So I always have these conversations, because back in the day I didn't do consultations with people. I let them register and keep it moving. Now I find that I got to have a consultation. I got to know what's your motive. What's the goals for your child? It's people I've had to turn away. Because I'm like, oh, my program won't be a fit for you. Well, you came highly recommended. I said, I know, but because you're not committed, this won't be a good fit.
And that is huge, because that goes to show your level of commitment and who you are as a person, because you could just be getting the money. You can let them sign up all the no talent children, discipline, don't want to be here, if it was just about the money. But it gets to a point where you realize, because it's your passion and what you're doing, that I don't chase money.
I chase the mission.
Yes.
I tell people, you can have your coins. Because guess what? God is always blessing me. He gave me the vision. This ain't mine. So if I take him out of it, I lose sight and start accepting anybody. Everybody is not assigned to the mission.
Absolutely.
And it's okay. So this even for my studio owners out there, directors, or even if you're inspiring to open up, you got to stay focused to the mission. Stay consistent with the why. You know how many people I ask, what's your why? And they can't tell me?
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to be doing this work.
Right.
If this is for you to get the glory, and you talk about you all the time, guess what? This ain't your work. You doing the babies a disservice. And I see that happen a lot. Other parents that come to my program, well, so-and-so allowed me to do this over here. I'm not them. Because I'm not thrilled off a coin. I'm not thrilled. I'm thrilled when that little girl look at me with the confidence, knowing that she could walk in an audition and she got this. That's it. I tell you, it ain't about me. It ain't about the parent. It's about this child. What is her goals? I don't care nothing about the mama goals. Ain't Miss Lonnie's goals. What is your goals, and how can I support you in your goals?
Yes, and this is so important of what you're doing for our young ladies and boys, because the industry that you're in, you know, a lot of times we don't see us there.
Nope. I just came from Canada 2 weeks ago. I was, out of probably 600-700 instructors, I was the only African American there.
Wow.
So when people in this whole little city try to compare what I do to other programs, I'm like, you cannot compare me. Because I invest in myself. I'm very knowledgeable about acrobatics and contortion. I'm big on safety. I'm big on progressions. Some of these programs, again, they're taking your money. They don't care, but you look at it like, well, they're cheaper than you. Yes, they are, because they're giving you cheap results.
Right.
They're giving you cheap work. I'm not interested in giving anybody cheap work. I'm invested in you and your child. That is it. So I invest a lot in my training, my certifications. I'm on top. I'm in seminars. I have a business coach. I believe in investing. You cannot ask the ground to just grow and trees just appear everywhere and you ain't never sowed no seeds.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is huge that you just said that about all the training and your certifications and everything, because sometimes people will look at you as being a black entrepreneur woman, and your fees are too high. Too high for who?
Yeah.
Do you know how much I have invested? And so now, because I have invested into myself and I'm able to charge you my worth because I know what I bring to the table, you offended.
You're offended. And again, like I tell people, I may not be your assignment. It's okay. There has been times where I had to walk away from a fee because, and that was also stemming from, I didn't know my worth at that time. I didn't think that I could invest on that level. So some of you guys are not investing, not because you don't have it, because what we put out in the atmosphere, we get. God will, we know God will make a way. But because most of our mindsets are built off of lack, we got that poverty mindset. So we instantly rule ourselves out and say, I could never have that. What you mean? Did Gabby Douglas Mama knew
And
that
it's
she
so,
was going to be an Olympian.
and then it's so amazing because we won't spend $1,500 on a workshop with someone who's already there where we want to be. But yet you'll go to the store
and spend it on
a phone, a pair of shoes, a bag.
On food. Let's talk about food.
Yes.
We spend so much out to eat. Look at your bank statement. That would tell you where your priorities at. That's it. But if you know you see value in something, you ask the person their price. If you don't have it right then and there, ask them, hey, do you offer a payment plan? Mm-hmm. You do what you need. Mm-hmm. But what you don't get to do is come and see value in somebody and then devalue them.
Yes.
I get on people a lot about, you don't get to come to me and ask for my expertise that I paid for and then devalue me. Mm-hmm. We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask me to mentor them and all that, and I have to tell them, I have invested. My mentor programs that I'm a part of, I pay for them. Mm-hmm. But not even just paying for them, I show up. Mm-hmm. Because it's not even just about the money, you guys. I still got to show up.
Still got to show up. Still got to do the work.
You still got to do the work. So even though you may reach out to a coach or want somebody, you may see what Mignon is doing and say, oh, she's out here working in the community. I want to, I want to intern under her. Just know you're going to work.
Yep.
You're not coming over here to sit and take pictures and, get the thrills of what she doing. No, be ready to work.
Absolutely. And that happens so much.
Oh, yeah.
It happens all the time where people want you to mentor them and they want to own their own business. They want to have a nonprofit and do all these things. And then, like you said, it's all about what your intentions. A lot of times people's intentions are just not good. Yeah.
They don't really want mentorship. Some people, I tell people,
they want you to give them everything.
You want that, or you want a friendship. Mm-hmm. You're just looking for somebody to talk to, and you're slowing that person down because they already on their path. Mm-hmm. So if your intentions are to reach out to somebody and you just want to hop on the bandwagon or get some clout, as the young people say, get out the way.
Get out the way.
Because look, 2020 is here and we got 2020 vision.
2020 vision.
Baby, it ain't 2030. So if you already got these bad motives and you know that you can't do stuff, just like even with your organization where you're needing volunteers. If you know that you absolutely cannot be there in person, don't sign up. Say, you know what, I can't, but I will send a donation, or what's the cash out? Don't commit to things that you know you're not going to do it.
Absolutely.
Stop doing that.
And we've been having that issue a lot within like this last year, even the mentoring program that I do with Daughters with a Purpose. And, just trying to get people out there because the kids are there.
Oh,
we got the children. It's the parents. I'm gonna say, I ain't gonna say parents, adults.
It's some adults.
We don't have the adults that's willing to step up and say, hey, I'm going to pour into this young man's or young woman's life. But then when we see them on the news, we like, see, there they go.
There they go.
That's what they doing.
That's what I don't understand. Everybody have so much to say when stuff hit the fan. Mm-hmm. Everybody got something to say, and it's like, hold on. We've been looking for volunteers. We've been looking for, mentors for these young people. We've been running a coat drive. We've been running this. It's like a lot of talking. Mm-hmm. Nothing is being done. Mm-hmm. And it's like time out for that. Mm-hmm. Time out. We got all these organizations out here that's making stuff happen, and you got some people who just love to talk.
That just love to talk.
Get out the way.
Yep.
Get out the way.
Yep.
Get out the way, because that's the only way we're going to bring the village back.
Absolutely. And just being out here talking to the youth and, different things, a lot of them want to have mentors. A lot of them want to just talk to their parents, a lot of them, about the different things that they are going through in their world, because they're dealing with a lot.
It's way more than
It's a lot on it's a lot on the kids in this day and time, guys. And I'm telling you, if you don't stop from your busy schedule of always trying to grab the bag and all that other foolishness that's going on, I'm telling you, you're going to end up losing your children.
And and I said this on my live this morning on my Instagram. You know, I hear a lot of parents that complain about the extracurricular expenses. So I use this analogy a lot. Pick your costs. In life, as a parent, we all got a cost to pay. So you can be that parent at Children's Hospital. I tell people, you ever been up there on the ICU? Hospital bills. You know, you complaining about a positive activity where you can spend your money. What about the mom that got to bury their child?
Yes.
That's a cost. What about somebody who loses their child to the system and now they got to get lawyers and advocates? That's a cost.
Yes.
Our missing kids.
Yes.
Every day popping up on our timeline. That's a cost. So while you sitting there complaining about your son in football or basketball, your child in dance or cheerleading, and you're complaining about that expense, ask yourself, which cost do you prefer?
That's right.
Because we got a cost.
That's right.
Whether we like it or not. They going to come with a cost. So we got to be gentle to the mouth. That we don't, keep saying stuff too much that we end up incurring a different cost.
That right there is it right there. That is powerful.
That's it.
That is powerful.
That's it.
So your organization, what do you have going on right now? Because I'm telling you guys, if y'all have any daughters, nieces, or anything, and you are looking to give them an experience and also to learn dance, because I'm going to say learn dance, but to have this experience of someone who's willing to put in the work with your child, not only for them to be a great dancer, but them just to be a great person overall. This lady right here, you guys must get in contact with her. So tell them what you have going on right now that maybe they can sign up for one of your awesome workshops.
Yeah, so at the Dynasty Institute, you can find me at Dynasty Institute on Instagram, Facebook. So I have a 10-week program. That's a Sunday-only program. For 2 hours, the kids will be learning flexibility, strength, contortion work. As you see, acrobatics is becoming very popular in the media when it comes to world of dance. It's taking over because it's just evolving. So that's what I teach. I have a back handspring aerial workshop coming up December the 15th and a flexibility workshop. And remember, when you enroll your child, it means business. So don't enroll your child with the mindset of, I'm not going to put in no work. I'm not the fit. I tell you, I'm not the fit. I'm about working with serious dancers and dance parents. That is my goal. My program is built off of next level Black excellence and taking acrobatics and contortion to a whole nother level.
Absolutely.
So that's who I need to enroll.
Yes.
And bring up your child.
Yeah, instead of teaching them how to twerk
and pop and all this stuff that we seeing on the media where you think is cute, but reality is it's not helping them to get anywhere but other than another place.
Absolutely.
Okay, so be mindful of that, you guys, as you enrolling your kids into programs. Research the person. Make sure their values line up to your values that you preach at home.
Absolutely.
I always tell people that if it goes against your mission and values that you practice with your kids at home, it's not the program. Absolutely. I don't care what bells and whistles they showed you on social media. It doesn't matter. Okay, so if you need to get in contact with me, that is the dynastyinstitute.com. I am Miss Lonnie. I'm a certified acrobatic arts instructor along with Alexa flexibility coach. This is what I do full time. I am passionate. I eat, sleep, and breathe this.
Yes. And
you
she's a
come-
woman of God.
Woman of God, motivational speaker.
Yes.
So I'm going to give you all of that, okay? I love you guys. Thank you again, Mignon,
Thank
for
you.
inviting me to the show
Oh.
to just spread all these many blessings that I have going on. And thank you, God.
Yes.
And Vox Wave Radio.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, Miss Lonnie. Look, Miss Lonnie. Thank you, Lonnie. You know I love you. I love everything that you're doing in the community. Just keep up all the good work. I am definitely a supporter of yours. And I'm going to see if I can get my niece in it, because all she do is, she swears she's an acrobat anyway.
Yes, they love the flip
and
and
one thing
tumble.
about her, she loves it. She
Yeah.
does it every day. Every day she be like, Auntie, look what I learned how to do. You know, she just loves it. And I know that with the best training that she can get, she can definitely go real, real far in that, because she believes in herself and she
Yeah.
believes in it. So I'm definitely going to have another conversation with my sister about this 10-week program
Yes.
on Sundays.
Yes.
Yes. So, guys, you know, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at NBA Speaks. And also, you can check me out on my website, nbaspeaks.com. So we will be back here next week, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I want to thank you for watching. And everyone, have an awesome night. Bye. That was good.